Tell him I need my money right now. Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. But don't waste my energy, my energy. I don't got much, don't be wasting all my energy. I keep it tight, don't let nobody get close to me. My heart is right, don't question my integrity. No, I thought we would be just fine, and I thought your heart was like mine. But let me find out, you've been going around throwing shots, running plots. Come on, man, tryna block my blessings, but no need for comparisons. What's from me won't be from me. Yeah, I'ma go through just to grow through. But pay me what you owe me for, I make what you've been saying about me true, true. Tell him I need my money right now. Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. Don't waste my loyalty, my loyalty. I let you in back then because I couldn't see, but now it's clear you ain't ever been true to me. My intuition ain't ever lied, I had to leave. Handle your business, do what you think you need to do to get your revenge. But you won't break me, God as my witness. Past the point of no return, I'm on a mission. Tryna block my blessings, but no need for comparisons. What's from me won't be from me. Yeah, I'ma go through just to grow through. But pay me what you owe me for, I make what you've been saying about me true, true. Tell him I need my money right now. Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. Don't waste my.
She's putting all of her cards down on the table, knowing there's no way that she'll be able to win this one. But she's somebody else in the making. First, she just gotta stop all the faking, and she'll be there. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel like this forever. Wondering if it's gonna feel like this whenever she leaves her safe space. She leaves her safe space. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that will make her feel better? Make her feel better. Then that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Somebody say, don't be afraid of loving yourself, 'cause that is all you got in the end. You got in the end. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel like this forever. Wondering if it's gonna feel like this whenever she leaves her safe space. She leaves her safe space. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that will make her feel better? Make her feel better. Then that's where she'll go. myself like someone's gonna respond. I'm getting tired of myself, cause I don't know what I want. But I'm not out here on my own. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that'll make her feel better? Make her feel better. And that's where she'll go. Talking to myself like someone's gonna respond. I'm getting tired of myself, cause I don't know what I want. But I'm not out here on my own.
Yeah. I want a house in the hills I pay big bills for. I ain't got in pocket. I wanna empty out my wallet. I wanna stop motion, stand still. Wallace and Gromit. I wanna talk more endlessly. I wanna neurotically vomit. I want more dollars from my mama. I want a palace and Prada. I want a Gucci bag where I can store my sorrows and hardships. I wanna gold plate my partners. I want endless tomorrows. I want a lot more than I got right now. That's the problem. You could give me every little thing I'd ever want, but I'd never have enough till the day I had it all. Yeah, you can give me every little thing I ever want, but I'd never have enough till the day I had it all.
Oh, I see what you want, baby, but it might be just a little more than I can give you.
Second thought, I want $1 for everyone. Not just for my mama. I wanna hit the ball out on random pedestrians. I want my questions to be answered till my brain bored and questionless. I want more self-assurance. I don't ever want to second guess. I want somebody to shut the fuck up. Lest he trying to tell me yes again. I want so many best friends that I can't tell what friendship is. I want the diamonds, gold, and glitter. I want fast cars I'll never whip. I want it all till I'm empty in my castle of everything.
Oh, I see what you want, baby, but it might be just a little more than I can give you.
I want a cushy job that pay big bills and cheap thrills. Wanna mob out with my homies like Timmy, Tommy, and Dill. I'm not trying to be famous, okay, maybe a lil. Since I'm a rapper, I should buy me some grills and gold frills that I can sleep on while I contemplate pills and peep on, hold still. Might sedate you, just a fire at will. I got an appetite for hardship, big fish meets krill. Don't sleep, don't spill, I ain't got my fill. I want the beauty queen to make me show my pearly whites. The type of movie scene that make you count your blessings twice. It's not the only thing that's on my list, I checked it twice and sent it off to Santa's elves like I've been playing nice.
I see what you want. Oh, I see what you want. Oh, I see what you want. But it might be a little more than I give you.
Is that where it cuts?
You broke my heart 1,000,000 times. Can't count the times I made you cry. Oh, we're such a mess now, and we're burning out. I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You're still perfect as the
Can we be honest? You're my comfort soul. Wherever I stay, don't let me go.
I know you're angry, babe,
but I'm cold. Y'all know I can sing.
I get so sad at the
Thought of losing you. Can't hit them high notes. I can't hit the high note.
I can't bear the
Right.
thought of losing you.
I can't hit the high note.
I'm losing you. You're still perfect as
Persistent.
the day goes by. Even the worst ones, hey, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would give us time, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. To work things out, to work things out, yeah, yeah. To work things out, to work things out. Oh, yeah. To work things out, to work things out. To work things out, to work things out. To work things out.
Luke.
To work things out. To work things out. To work things out. To work things out. To work things out.
Good morning. Welcome to another chapter of Rich People Read, where we read a book a month to instruct you in the ways of the successful through the power of reading. Good morning, all my friends. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday. You ever notice that when people do podcasts, they're always adjusting their mic, and the mic was exactly where they were last time? It's odd. It's like a phenomenon that makes you think that you. Come on, Ace. Ace walks in. We can't even get started good. Before my number one benefactor, Ace Senior, is dropping bombs, and he doesn't even have any. Ace, he don't even want to say stuff no more. He doesn't even want to say stuff anymore. Ace just comes in here dropping $100, supporting the show. He don't even have anything to say. He just look, man. Let me support the channel. Shan. I don't really got nothing to say. I don't really want to say nothing right now, Shan. I just want to support the channel. I'm gonna just hit you off with this. Ace has a trucking company, so he either has he's either in the office and his truckers are out there trucking, or he's trucking himself. And he's just like, look, man, let me bless you. And the blessings keep coming back to him sevenfold. That's how many times? Not 8, not 6, sevenfold. That's how the blessings work. That's how karma. That's the number. I don't know why karma chose 7. That's the number. Ace blesses us with $100. He gets 700 in other blessings. May not necessarily be money. It may be time. It may be merchandise. I don't know what it is. But that's just the way it works, man. I appreciate you, Ace. Came in here without nothing to say. Just getting us started today. I really am grateful, man. Everybody is trying to get wealth, not really sure how or what they need to do so. Well, one method that we're doing is reading books. That's why we call this Rich People Read. And this right here is the book that we're reading currently. It's called Think and Grow Rich. Today we're on chapter 9. Well, why Think and Grow Rich, Shan? Well, from my understanding, this book has made the most millionaires since 1925. No other book, and I'm welcome to hear. People. Listen, if you want to challenge that statement, I'm all ears. Is it Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Is it the 4 Agreements? What book has made more millionaires than any other book? From what I understand, is Think and Grow Rich, because this book is not just a self-help book. This is an instruction manual with clear, definitive tasks that you must do in order to get whatever it is that you desire. And so what we're doing is we're breaking ice in our Rich People Read podcast, which is essentially a book club. And we're reading Think and Grow Rich together. We're going to plow through these pages. And then once we get to the end, we're going to aggregate all the tasks that this book is telling us to do. And we're going to lay them out one by one. And then hopefully we could build maybe like a pseudo online mastermind of people that's going to actually make it happen. We'll see. We'll see. But in the meantime, we got to read it, right? We got to read the book. And so that's what we're here. And then once this book is done, we'll be reading another book. In fact, we will not stop reading. We are not stopping reading books right here on this channel. We're going to read for the foreseeable future because rich people read. I'm glad you guys are here. Make sure you guys are hitting salute. Everybody, did you guys hit the ones for Ace?
Being number one isn't easy.
For dropping that huge bomb. Did everybody hit the number one? You know, Ace came into the, I did a show last night called Ask a Black Man Anything. It was was it our 20th episode? It was either our 19th or 20th episode. Ace came in, blessing us at the show last night. Hit us with a $50 super chat. Hit us with a $20 super chat. Hit us with another $20 super chat. He's always here. And then, you know, in YouTube, we all have different people, different channels that we follow. I go around and I follow other people. Ace and Ace Senior is who I'm speaking of in the chat. We follow some similar people. Ace goes over there and does the same thing. It's not just me. He goes other places and blesses those people just like he blesses me. His blessings flourish through YouTube. Now, if he could do that on YouTube, what's he doing in his real life? What is Ace doing to his fellow truckers that need assistance, or his family that needs help? His friends that need help? If he could do that on YouTube, what kind of blessing is he to his community? I could just imagine, man. Everybody, get yourself an Ace Senior so you can become an Ace Senior. Not so you can feed off of him or become a leech and suck off of him and drain him for everything. No, get yourself an Ace Senior so you can learn how to become an Ace Senior. Shout out to my man. Listen, we're going to read today chapter 9 of Think and Grow Rich. If you don't have the book, and if you're new to the channel, if you're new to the channel, please hit the thumbs up button. I know some of you guys are in here and you hadn't hit the thumbs up button. Just hit the thumbs up button on the video. If you're watching it on your mobile phone, minimize the live chat, hit the thumbs up, and then you can come back to the live chat. We are reading chapter 9, Persistence. It's persistence, the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. Did you guys take the poll in the chat? I put a poll in the chat. And were you being honest? Were you being honest in your poll? Remember, nobody can see. They don't show me who voted what on these polls. I don't see the outcome. I don't see the people that voted and what they voted. All I see is the outcome. So whenever I put a poll up in our live chats, please be super honest with yourself so you can compare yourself to the masses. I see everybody is typing salute in the chat. We're going to do a giveaway at the end of the show. Miss Drea, a senior, Lakeisha, Marvelette, Thomas, Thompson, Snuggles. My favorite people are here. You know, this is what they call day ones, right? These are my day ones. I've only been doing these lives like this for 60 days, for about 2 months now. I've only been doing it for about 2 months now, and I'm not even consistent with it. I had to get some back end stuff for the last 2 days. The reason why I haven't done any high value shans, I found myself, if I do another show, I'm gonna be late in getting this stuff under control. And every time I ran a show, there was other things that I needed to do to make the show more enjoyable. And so I spent the last 2 days getting my back end done. I just did that just now. That's why I was a little bit late. But now we good to go, and we're gonna be going live like clockwork every week. All my reminders, all my digital information is gonna be coming, so I can make sure I'm doing, because I got a lot of things I need to provide. I have a members section. Right here on YouTube, and there's 3 other shows that I need to do. In addition to Rich People Read and High Value Shan, which is public, I have 3 private shows that we do. One is called, actually 4, to be honest with you. One is called A Soldier Story. That's where I go live when I'm out and about here in Los Angeles and come up with thoughts. I come up with thoughts so often that I need to start documenting them, but I think I'll document them with the members. So there's A Soldier Story. There's also BBM and BBW. I like my girls BBW. That's Be a Better Man and Be a Better Woman. That's that series. So that's another show that I do just for the soldiers in the member section here at YouTube. So that's why I encourage you guys to join. Then we have what is called the War Room. You guys know what the War Room is? The War Room is at the White House. It's in the bunker. It's where Obama reported to when he went after Osama bin Laden. The War Room is where me and the soldiers of the SR Army, we bunker down and we conquer certain issues that we may be having in life. Because we're in war with all the problems in life, and we intend to win through, defeating every battle that we have in this war. It's small battles. Everybody has different battles. Everybody's fighting a different battle in this war of life. So, we're going to report to the War Room. That's another part of the members section that I'm going to be doing. And in the War Room is where, if you have a battle with money, if you have a battle with, finances, if you have a battle in where you're living, if you have a battle with your relationship with your boss, if you have a battle with maybe your employees, if you have a small business, maybe you're having a battle with some of the things that you're trying to learn in starting up a business. I have a lot of game when it comes to entrepreneurship. So I tell people to join that, because in the War Room, we can talk about what you may need. Will it be personalized? It might be. I'm not sure. I'm gonna iron that out. Cause see, people are asking me, Shan, I want to book a session with you and pick your brain. But a lot of times the stuff that I'll be talking to people about, I want other people to know as well. And I don't want to just keep repeating the same thing. So say, for instance, if somebody has a challenge with starting a small business, maybe we can have that conversation in the War Room. We can attack that battle and win that battle in the War Room, so we can ultimately win the war in life. So there's the War Room. And then there is Mission Possible. I have a show. Actually, I don't want to call it a show. It's content. It's called Mission, not Impossible, but Mission Possible. That's for the highest tier. That's the top level. The top 2 levels. The Special Forces and the Army, the Airborne Rangers. Mission Possible. There's content in the Mission Possible section that I have to record as well. That's going to be available just to them. It's going to be the higher level of entrepreneurship and relationships. So I encourage people to join the members section over here at YouTube. That's where I'll be doing most of all of that stuff, or in fact, all of that stuff, because I'm not starting a Patreon and all those other different things that other people do. And I needed to get my business in order so I can make sure I provide that information to you guys. I needed to get that under control. But I think we're good to go now. So without further ado, my man RCC72, salute. To you, brother. Salute to RCC72. Me and him is the same age. Appreciate you being here, bro. Hey, LaRonda. Hey, Princess. Everybody loading in. I'm looking over here. I might as well go over to this screen. What's up, Stephen Day? Stephen Day is in the house, RCC. Glad you guys are here. Yeah, Stephen, grab this book, bro. Listen, Stephen, this book, one, is inexpensive. It's been around almost 100 years, so you can get it really anywhere. You can get it at your local bookstore or whatever. You can get it on Amazon. But also, you can get it for free if you have an iPad or iPhone. Because in the Books app on the iPad or iPhone, this book is available for free. Download. Just get it. Go to the bookstore on your iPhone and grab it just because. Even if you still want a physical copy, grab it just because. So that way you can always refer to it whenever you are out and about. So, or you can get the audio version, or you can get, you can get a paid version. They're like $3. The paid versions give you a little bit more detail and they discuss the chapters in depth. That's what I'm reading here. So yeah, man, grab the book. You guys ready? Mr. Forbes is here. Mr. Forbes is here. Tater Tay says they have the book. That's right. Tater Tay has the book. He has an audio version. And that's what this is. You guys, it's not to read a book doesn't require you to actually read the pages yourself. You can listen to the audio of a book. Let somebody else read it to you. That's what we're doing here. I'm reading it to you guys, for you guys. That's what we're going to get ready and do right now. Let's go. Without further ado, let's jump over here to chapter 9. I'm just all over the place. Chapter 9. Who just joined? Oh my God. Soldiers. Real quick. Let's give a salute to Missy T.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Missy T.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Missy T.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Soldiers, give a shout out. Throw your salutes up, soldiers. Throw your salutes up to Missy T. Throw your salutes up to Missy T. She just joined the SR Army. We're not the U.S. Army. We are the SR Army. We are the SR Army. We are taking our lives to the next level together as one combined force. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Everybody, throw your salutes up to Missy T. I think she makes our 30th member in the Army. The Army is growing, you guys. Can you imagine when we get to 300 or 3,000? Can you imagine when we get to that level of that type of power and commitment to each other to make sure that we're all winning? Shout out to you, Missy T. Thank you for joining the member section. Thank you for becoming a member of the Army. It's not expensive. It's $2.99. It starts at $2.99. You know, this chat that you guys are typing in, eventually that will be a members only chat. Only the members will be able to type in there. Eventually, only the members will be able to interact with the lives that I'm talking about, the public lives, not the private ones. Even the public ones, only the members will be able to chat. So thank you so much. Shout out to Missy T.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
For joining the members section. I appreciate your support of what we're doing. And I really appreciate your support of yourself, because that's really what the member section is. Some of these member sections on YouTube is just like a tip. People they don't have it. They're not providing you anything special. They're not doing anything. They're just saying, look, just, on a monthly basis, just give me a tip. And rightfully so. They can do that. Some people can say, look, man, just give me a couple dollars every month. It encourages me to make this public information. For me, not only am I encouraged to make, and that's what your super chats are doing, not only am I making the public information, I'm making additional content for the people that goes above and beyond. And that's how I look at everybody that joins the member section, that they went above and beyond to support me. Then I got to go above and beyond to support you guys. And that's why the new content is coming. You should see my to-do list, you guys. You should see my to-do list. Let me see. What do I have to do? As soon as this is over, I have to schedule some past Clubhouse. I have to go live weekly with the War Room for the National Guard, go live weekly with the BBM and BBW full-time, and go live with the Mission Possible content for the Airborne Rangers and the Special Forces. That's on my to-do list today. I already know what I'm going to talk about. I just got to do it. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to pre-record it and then do it as a premiere where we could talk about it in the chat together, or if I should do it live where I could interact. It depends. That's something that I'm working out today. But that's for the people that's actually joined the membership section. It's not just a tip for Shan. It's not just saying, here, Shan, here's a few dollars just for your support. I shout out to the people that support people like that. And shout out to the people that accept a tip like that. But I feel weird taking people's money and not providing them with some sort of return on their investment. So thank you so much, Missy T, for joining the Army. I think you are our 30th member. The Army has only been around for 1 month. You know, if you'll notice, look at everybody's rank. When you have one, see, Missy T now has rank. So she has a one rocker. She has one, but you'll see that some people have been promoted to sergeant. You'll see some people promoted to sergeant where they have 3. Those are some of the people that's been here those are the people that's been here over a month. And then from there, they're gonna get promoted again after 2 months. Whether you know it or not, sergeants, all my sergeants, you guys are gonna get promoted again to a commissioned officer next month. So shout out to you guys. I know I would just be talking, man. I could talk a lot. RG Purdue's in the house. What up, bro? What up? And I need to make sure if you are here's another thing. If you are a National Guard, if you are a full-time soldier or higher.
Jungle.
If you are a full-time soldier or higher. If you are a full-time soldier or higher, RCC 72 Detroit, join the Army. Everybody, I think he was already in the Army. He must have upgraded did he upgrade? Yeah, he upgraded. I'm gonna say RCC was already a soldier. Everybody, let's give RCC a 72 Detroit.
Sir, yes, sir.
Everybody, let's salute RCC 72 Detroit.
Sir, yes, sir.
Soldiers, look in your emojis. Let's give RCC the first emoji, a soldier's salute.
Sir, yes, sir.
RCC 72 has upgraded his membership. He took it to the next level. RCC has took it to the next level up. He said, oh, this is worth it. He said, oh, this is not just me giving Shan a tip, just giving him some free money. I'm going to get a return on my investment. Yes. RCC has pledged to upgrade. He upgraded his membership. So everybody give him a shout out, please. And that's what I was saying. I want all the full-time soldiers. You guys need to join our back chat. It's called the PLDC, the Primary Leadership and Development Communication, not the course that it's in the Army, but the PLDC over here is the Primary Leadership and Development Communication. It's the Group Me private chat. I've sent out invites, but I want you to check your emails and check your spam for emails from Shannon Rawls. I sent out invites so you guys can all join the private chat where we're gonna have we're starting, but we're gonna have private conversations just amongst those soldiers all day long, 24/7, just all day, every week, every month for the foreseeable future. So I need all full-time soldiers to make sure that you email me or check your email if I haven't hit you so I can get you the link and the access to our private back channel chat. Salute to my man, RCC 72. He got promoted. That's right. All right, guys, so let's get this reading going. You guys ready? Does everybody have their book ready? Does everybody have their book ready? Does everybody have their book ready? If you have a physical book, we're on chapter 9. If you have an audio book, turn it off. I'm your audio book today. If you have an ebook, turn it to chapter 9. And if you don't have a book, make sure you have your headphones in as you listen to your boy Shan read this chapter. I'm going to read pretty fast today, okay? It's not going to be too many sidebars. I'm going to read through, unless I hear something that's just profound. Today, we're talking about persistence. Chapter 9, persistence, the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. The 8th step towards riches. In other words, the 8th step towards getting to the bag. Quality over quantity. For those that was wondering what my shirt, you guys get it, but there's going to be some people that's watching this video later. Like, what does that t-shirt mean? Man, we only deal with quality over here. Quality over quantity. We don't care about how much. We care about how good it is. Here we go. Persistence is an essential factor in the procedure of transmuting desire into its monetary equivalent. The basis of persistence is the power of will. Willpower and desire, when properly combined, make an irresistible pair. Men and women who accumulate great fortunes are generally known as cold-blooded and sometimes ruthless people. Often they are misunderstood. What they have is willpower, which they mix with persistence and place back of their desires to ensure the attainment of their objectives. Henry Ford has been generally misunderstood to be ruthless and cold-blooded. Hold on, let me adjust my screen. Ruthless and cold-blooded. This misconception grew out of Mr. Ford's habit of following through in all of his plans with persistence. The majority of people are ready to throw their aims and purposes overboard and give up at the first sign of opposition or misfortune. Is that you? Do you give up quick? A few people carry on despite all opposition until they attain their goal. These few people are the Fords of the world. They're the Carnegies of the world. They're the Rockefellers of the world. These people are the Edisons of the world. There may be no heroic connotation to the word persistence, but the quality is to the character of man what carbon is to steel. The building of a fortune generally involves the application of the entire 13 factors of this philosophy. These principles must be understood. They must be applied with persistence by all who accumulate money. If you are following this book with the intention of applying the knowledge it conveys, your first test as to your persistence will come when you begin to follow the 6 steps described in the 2nd chapter. Unless you are one of the 2 out of every 100 who already have a definite goal at which you are aiming and a definite plan for which its attainment, you may read the instructions and then pass on with your daily routine and never comply with those instructions. Wow, that's a few people. Let me just read that. Unless you are one of the 2 out of every 100, that's 2% of people who have a definite goal. That means only out of every 100 people, only 2 people have a definite goal and a definite plan. Jeez. Only 2 out of 100 people have a definite goal and a definite plan to attain that goal. Where are you? Where are you? Are you part of that 2%? Let's continue. The author is checking you up at this point because lack of persistence is one of the major causes of failure. Moreover, experience with thousands of people have proved that lack of persistence is a weakness common to the majority of people. It is a weakness which may be overcome by effort. The ease with which lack of persistence may be conquered will depend entirely upon the intensity of one's desire. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in your mind. Weak desires bring weak results, just as a small amount of fire makes a small amount of heat. If you find yourself lacking in persistence, this weakness may be remedied by building a stronger fire under your desires. Continue to read through to the end. Then go back to chapter 2 and start immediately to carry out the instructions that were given to you in connection with the 6 steps. The eagerness with which you follow these instructions will indicate clearly how much or how little you really desire to accumulate money. If you find that you are indifferent, or you may be sure that you have not yet acquired the money consciousness, which you must possess before you be sure of accumulating a fortune. Basically, if you guys are not willing to do the 6 steps, and remember, it's a whole lot more than just those 6 steps, but if you won't even do the 6 steps that he talks about in chapter 2, then stop talking about getting money. Just get a job, go to work for somebody else, relax, be plain and average and mediocre. Just be mediocre. It's okay. It's totally okay. Because if you're not willing to do just that we talked about in chapter 2, you don't have a chance of doing the rest and getting the money that you claim that you want, that you admonish all on Instagram and you see everybody else doing. You're not built. Everybody's not built for this. And it's okay that you're not built for this, but don't act like you are and not be willing to do the work. Fortunes gravitate to men whose minds have been prepared to attract them, just as surely as water gravitates to the ocean. In this book may be found all the stimuli necessary to attune any normal mind to the vibrations which will attract the object of one's desire. If you find you are weak in persistence, center your attention upon the instructions contained in the chapter on power. Surround yourself with the mastermind group, and through the cooperative efforts of the members of your mastermind group, you can develop the persistence that you need. You will find additional instructions for the development of persistence in the chapters on autosuggestion and the subconscious mind. Follow the instructions outlined in these chapters until your habit nature hands over to your subconscious mind a clear picture of the object of your desire. From that point on, you will not be handicapped by lack of persistence. Your subconscious mind works continuously while you are awake and while you are asleep. Spasmodic or occasional effort to apply the rules will be of no value to you. To get results, you must apply all of the rules until their application becomes a fixed habit with you. In no other way can you develop the necessary money consciousness. Poverty is attracted to one whose mind is favorable to it, as money is attracted to him whose mind has been deliberately prepared to attract it, and through the same laws. Poverty consciousness will voluntarily seize the mind which is not occupied with the money consciousness. A poverty consciousness develops without conscious application of habits favorable to it. The money consciousness, however, must be created to order unless one is born with such a consciousness. Now catch the full significance of the statements in the preceding paragraph, and you will understand the importance of persistence in the accumulation of a fortune. Without persistence, you will be defeated even before you start. With persistence, however, you will win. If you have ever experienced a nightmare, right? If anybody has ever had a nightmare, you will realize the value of persistence. You're lying in bed, half awake, with a feeling that you are about to smother, right? You're unable to turn over, or you're unable to move a muscle. You realize that you must begin to regain control of your muscles while you're having this nightmare. Through persistent effort of willpower, you finally manage to move the finger of one hand. By continuing to move your fingers, you extend your control to the muscles of one arm until you can lift it. Then you gain control of the other arm, and in the same manner, you gain control of the other arm in the same manner. You finally gain control of all your muscles of one leg, and then you extend it to the other leg. Then, with one supreme effort of will during this nightmare that you're having, you regain complete control of your muscular system, and then you snap out of your nightmare. The trick has been turned step by step. Now, everybody can identify what we just talked about. A lot of you guys have been incapacitated with the nightmare. And in the nightmare, you probably know that you're asleep. You know that you're asleep. You're in the nightmare and you're like, am I here? Am I really here? I need to get out of this. And then you start to move and you try to move and you know you're asleep. And then you regain muscle and you get slow and slow and slow. And then at one supreme effort, as he says, bam, you snap out of it and you wake up. You could have been falling off a cliff. You could have been running from monsters. You could have been flying and getting ready to, you could have been driving, getting ready to crash. You could have been riding a bike. You could have been getting chased by somebody, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And then somehow while you're asleep, you know you got to snap out of it. That is persistence that you use during your nightmare to wake yourself up. Now, you may find it necessary to snap out of your mental inertia through a similar procedure. Moving slowly at first, then increasing your speed until you gain complete control over your will. Be persistent no matter how slowly you may at first have to move. With persistence will come success. That's right, Ms. Dre. It's happened to all of us. It certainly happened to me. It happened to me a lot when I was a kid. If you select your mastermind group with care, the people, and mind you, for those that want to know what a mastermind group is, we're going to talk about this in the next chapter, chapter 10. On Monday, we talk about the mastermind group. I can't wait to get there. That's where I fail at every time. A mastermind group is a group of people that you get together who is in perfect harmony with your goals. There's no problems. There's no animosity. There's no beef. A group of people where you're in perfect sync. You're perfectly in sync with. I want to say synchronicity, but I know that ain't a word. You're in perfect sync with. To attain the goal that you want, and then you're rubbing your ideas on them, and they're giving you feedback, and they're rubbing their ideas on you, and you're giving them feedback, and together you guys grow to attain your goals. That's what your mastermind group is. You have to form one. We're going to talk about how to form it in the next chapter. If you select, though, your mastermind group with care, you will have in your group at least one person who will aid you in the development of persistence. Now, some men and women who have accumulated great fortunes did so because of necessity. They developed the habit of persistence because they were so closely driven by circumstances that they had to become persistent. There's no substitute for persistence. There's no alternative. It cannot be supplanted by any other quality. Remember this, and it will hearten you. In the beginning, when the going may seem difficult and slow, those who have cultivated the habit of persistence seem to enjoy insurance against failure. No matter how many times they are defeated, they finally arrive up toward the top of the ladder. Sometimes it appears that there is a hidden guide whose duty is to test people through all sorts of discouraging experiences. Those who pick themselves up after defeat and keep on trying, they arrive. And the world cries, "Bravo! I knew you could do it." The hidden guide lets no one enjoy great achievement without passing the persistence test. Those who can't take it, though, simply do not make the grade. Those who can take it are bountifully rewarded for their persistence. They receive as their compensation whatever goal they are pursuing. That is not all. They receive something infinitely more important than material compensation, the knowledge that, quote unquote, every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent advantage. There are exceptions to this rule. A few people know from experience the soundness of persistence. They are the ones who have not accepted defeat as being anything more than temporary, right? Those people that know persistence, they know this ain't gonna last long when they're failing. However, they are the ones whose desires are so persistently applied that defeat is finally changed into victory. We who stand on the sidelines of life see the overwhelmingly large number who go down in defeat, never to rise again. We see the few who take the punishment of defeat as an urge to greater effort. These, fortunately, never learn to accept life's reverse gear. But what we do not see, what most of us never suspect of existing is the silent but irresistible power which comes to the rescue of those who fight on in the face of discouragement. If we speak of this power at all, we call it persistence, and let it go at that. One thing we all know, if one does not possess persistence, one does not achieve noteworthy success in any calling. I repeat that. One thing we all know is that if one does not possess persistence, one does not achieve noteworthy success in anything they do. As these lines are being written, I look up from my work and see before me, less than a block away, the great mysterious Broadway, the graveyard of the dead hopes, and the front porch of opportunity. From all over the world, people have come to Broadway. New York is what he's speaking of. People come to Broadway seeking fame. They seek fortune. They want power. They want love, or whatever it is that human beings call success. Once in a great while, someone steps out from the long procession of seekers, and the world hears that another person has mastered Broadway. Did you guys know that Denzel Washington started doing live plays before he became a film actor? He started on Broadway, for those that don't know about Denzel Washington's beginnings. But Broadway is not easily nor quickly conquered. She acknowledges talent, she recognizes genius, and pays off in money only after one has refused to quit. Then we know he has discovered the secret of how to conquer Broadway. The secret is always inseparably attached to one word: persistence. The secret is told in the struggle of Fannie Hurst. You guys know who Fannie Hurst is? Well, here, I guess I'm going to teach you. Well, this is probably the only reason why I know who Fannie Hurst is. The secret is told in the struggle of Fannie Hurst, whose persistence conquered the Great White Way. She came to New York in 1915 to convert writing into riches. The conversion did not come quickly, but it came. For 4 years, Miss Hurst learned about the sidewalks of New York from firsthand experience. She spent her days laboring and her nights hoping. When hope grew dim, she did not say, "All right, Broadway, you win." Instead, she said, "Very well, Broadway, you may whip some, but not me. I'm going to force you to give up." One publisher, the Saturday Evening Post, sent her 36 rejection slips, 36 rejection letters, before she broke the ice and got a story across. The average writer, like the average in other walks of life, would have given up the job when the first rejection paper came. She pounded the pavements for 4 years to the tune of the publisher's no, because she was determined to win. Then came the payoff. The spell had been broken. The unseen guide had tested Fannie Hurst, and she could take it. From that time on, publishers made a beaten path to her door. Money came so fast, she hardly had time to count it. Then the moving picture men discovered her. And money came not in small change, but in floods. The moving picture rights to her latest novel, The Great Laughter, brought $100,000 of $1925, said to be the highest price ever paid for a story before publication. Her royalties from the sale of the book probably will run much more than that. Briefly, you have a description of what persistence is capable of achieving. Fannie Hurst is no exception. Whenever men and women accumulate great riches, you may be sure that they first acquired persistence. Broadway will give any beggar a cup of coffee and a sandwich, but it demands persistence of those who go after the big stakes. Kate Smith will say amen when she reads this. For years, she sang without money and without price before any microphone could ever reach her. Broadway said to her, come and get it if you can take it. She did take it until one happy day, Broadway got tired and said, oh, what's the use? You don't know when you're whipped. So name your price and go to work in earnest. Miss Smith named her price. It was plenty, a way up in figures so high that 1 week's salary is far more than most people make in a whole year. Verily, it pays to be persistent. And here is an encouraging statement which carries with it a suggestion of great significance. Thousands of singers who excel Kate Smith are walking up and down Broadway looking for a quote unquote break without any success. People that sing better than she did are just walking up and down Broadway looking for their quote unquote big break. Countless others have come and gone. Many of them sang well enough, but they failed to make the grade because they lacked the courage to keep on keeping on until Broadway became tired of turning them away. Persistence is a state of mind. Therefore, it can be cultivated. Like all states of mind, persistence is based upon definite causes. Among them, these are: A, definite of purpose. Knowing what one wants is the first step and perhaps the most important step towards the development of persistence. A strong motive forces one to surmount many difficulties. B, desire. It is comparatively easy to acquire and maintain persistence in pursuing the object of intense desire. C, self-reliance. Belief in one's ability, your belief in yourself, your belief in your ability to carry out a plan encourages one to follow the plan through with persistence. Self-reliance can be developed through the principle described in the chapter on autosuggestion. D, definiteness of plans. Organized plans, even though they may be weak and entirely impractical, encourage persistence. E, accurate knowledge. Knowing that one's plans are sound based on experience or observation encourages persistence. Guessing instead of knowing destroys persistence. No guesswork. Sidebar, no guesswork, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Via. No guesswork. Knowledge. You got to know what you're talking about. You can't think or guess or hope or pray or wonder. You got to know what you're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. F, cooperation. Sympathy, understanding, and harmonious cooperation with other people tends to develop persistence. G, willpower. Ooh, this is where we lose. The habit of concentrating one's thoughts upon the building of plans for the attainment of a definite purpose leads to persistence. And H, habit. You have to form a habit. Persistence is the direct result of habit. The mind absorbs and becomes a part of the daily experiences upon which it feeds. Fear, the worst of all enemies, can be effectively cured by forced repetitive of courage. Everyone who has seen active service in war knows this. All of you guys who have a shitty, poor habit, daily habit, the way you wake up, the way you eat food, the way you don't take your vitamins every day, the way you don't drink enough water every day. Everybody who has built a poor habit can expect poor results. If you have a poor habit, break it now. ladies and gentlemen. Sidebar. If you have a poor habit, break it now. Get out of what do we call the rut. You're stuck in a rut. It's your habits that cause a problem. You don't walk your neighborhood. You don't jog. You don't run. You don't eat the right food. You go to the same shitty drive-through every day to get the same shitty food. Those are habits. And if you continue to do them, you're going to build and build and build on that habit till it's going to be even more tough to break. Hopefully, I'm jarring you out of this. Hopefully, I'm giving you some kind of encouragement. The fact that you're even here is one. The fact that you're even here listening to me is a habit that most people don't have. None of you guys had anybody reading to you on YouTube before me, probably. Likely nobody, you guys didn't have anybody. So this, if you're coming here and you're making it a habit to come here, this is your start to start breaking out of that monotonous bullshit that you've been doing. Keep coming. This is good. What you were doing before this was bad. All right, let's continue. What up, Alonzo? Christian Alexander's here. What up, bro? All right, here we go. Before leaving the subject of persistence, take inventory of yourself. Pay attention to yourself and determine in what particular, if any, you are lacking in this essential quality. Measure yourself courageously, point by point, and see how many of the 8 factors that I just read of persistence that you lack. The analysis may lead to discoveries that will give you a new grip on yourself. Symptoms of lack of persistence. Here you will find the real enemies which stand between you and noteworthy achievement. Here you will find not only the symptoms indicating the weakness of persistence, but also the deeply seated subconscious causes of this weakness. Study the list carefully and face yourself squarely in the mirror if you really wish to know who you are and what you are capable of doing. I'm getting ready to read to everybody the weaknesses which must be mastered by all who want to become rich. I am getting ready to read to you guys the weaknesses that you must master if you intend to become wealthy in America in 2022 and beyond. All right? So pay attention to this and take inventory of yourself and be real with yourself. Number 1, is this you? Failure to recognize and to clearly define exactly what you want. Failure to recognize and clearly define exactly what you want. Not kind of, sort of, I just want to get money. That's not good enough. You're going to fail. So you're already starting off bad. I just want to get rich. I just want to be rich. No. 2, procrastination. With or without cause, usually backed up with a formidable array of alibis and excuses. Procrastination filled with excuses. I don't have time. I'm black. They hating on me. I can't. I don't have a car. I didn't have enough money. My leg hurt. I couldn't do it. It cost too much. All of this procrastination, you didn't even move, and you backed it up with a whole lot of excuses. Number 3, lack of interest in inquiring specialized knowledge. You don't even want to learn anything specialized. You're not even interested in learning how to do it. You ask everybody else what the answers are. You're quick to call on other people to learn what they learn instead of you learning it yourself. You're not even interested in acquiring the specialized knowledge needed to get to the bag that you claim you want. Number 4, indecision. The habit of passing the buck on all occasions instead of facing issues squarely on. Also backed by alibis. Number 5, the habit of relying upon alibis instead of creating definite plans for the solution of problems. Reasons. You got reasons on reasons on reasons. 6, self-satisfaction. There is but little remedy for this affliction and no hope for those who suffer from it. 7, indifference. Usually reflected in one's readiness to compromise on all occasions, rather than meet opposition and fight it. You're indifference. You just a sucker. You weak. You give up. You're just like, you're content. You're not a fighter. I have a major issue with people who don't fight and just give up. 8, the habit of blaming others for your own mistakes and accepting unfavorable circumstances as being unavoidable. You blame everybody else for your problems. I seem to run into that with a lot of people in my personal life. They're the only thing right. Everybody else is wrong. Everybody else is a problem. Everybody else is the reason why they're not winning. And whenever something bad happens, they say, "Oh, it was nothing I can do. It was unavoidable. What I couldn't avoid it. It was nothing I can do. It's all their fault. It's not on me. It's nothing I did." And I couldn't avoid it. Right. For those people, if you're like that and you're not willing to change, you can forget about becoming wealthy. But if you're willing to change that, welcome to the club. Welcome to the army. 9, weakness of desire due to neglect in the choice of motives that impel action. 10, willingness, even eagerness, to quit at the first sign of defeat based upon one or more of the 6 fears. You're just a quitter. You're just a quitter. Number 10, the willingness. I'm sorry, I already read that. Number 11, lack of organized plans placed in writing where they may be analyzed. Lack of organized plans in writing where they may be analyzed. So many people come up with that. They don't plan. I had issues with this with people in my life too. People don't plan shit. They don't set out. They don't do what they know that they should do because they think that they're going to just remember it. You're going to remember everything. We got smartphones and iPads and Androids. We got electronic devices that is essentially a digital assistant that will remind you to, I have a class on this, by the way, using modern day technology to help you as a virtual assistant. Because half of you guys, your notes in your phone is empty. You guys don't use the reminders. You don't use the calendar. You don't use any of the electronic devices that will remind you to even take a vitamin. You don't even have an alarm set to remind you to take a vitamin. And because it bothers you so much, you always turn it off instead of getting up and taking a vitamin. You guys have to have plans written to be able to win. You can't just rely on, "I'll remember. I think this will work." It doesn't work that way, ladies and gentlemen. Number 12, the habit of neglecting to move on ideas or grasp opportunity when it presents itself. You guys, that's what we call analysis paralysis. We call it analysis paralysis. An opportunity will open its. You'll get a window of opportunity and something great will happen in your life. And because you're so scared to move, that opportunity comes and goes. Window opens. Here's a chance. And you're like, but is it right? Am I doing the right thing? Should I go? What about, shit? Opportunity gone. And now you're sitting on the side of the curb with all the rest of the people just like you. You have the habit of neglecting to move on ideas or grasp an opportunity when it presents itself. Too many great things happen that you just don't do when you should. 13, wishing instead of willing. Stop all these wishes, our hopes. Will it into existence, you guys. Make it happen. 14, the habit of compromising with poverty instead of aiming at riches. General absence of ambition to be, to do, and to own. Some of y'all just say, man, this is where you live in the hood. You grew up in the hood, you live in the hood, and you ain't leaving the hood. You were born in the hood, you grew up in the hood, you live in the hood, and you ain't leaving the hood. And if you do leave, you move into another hood. You're so in poverty mindset. You're so impoverished in your mind that you just say, okay, you compromise with the poverty. You just say, okay, fuck it. This is just me. It is what it is. Number 15. I got this little fruit fly. Should have threw them bananas out last night. Number 15, searching for all the shortcuts to riches, trying to get without giving a fair equivalent, usually reflected in the habit of gambling, lottery tickets, endeavoring to drive sharp bargains, get rich quick schemes, get rich quick schemes, get rich quick schemes. Number 16, fear of criticism. Failure to create plans and to put them into action because of what other people will think, do, or say about you. This enemy belongs at the head of the list because it generally exists in one's own subconscious mind where its presence is not recognized. See the 6 basic fears in a later chapter. Let us examine some of the symptoms of the fear of criticism. The majority of people permit relatives. Oh, I see where he's going. Okay. Let us examine some of the symptoms of the fear of criticism. The majority of people permit relatives, friends, and the public at large to so influence them, Instagram, that they cannot live their own lives because they fear criticism. Let us examine some of the symptoms of the fear of criticism. You so damn worried about what other people think, what your mama gonna say, what your daddy gonna say, what your husband gonna say, what your wife gonna say, what your homie gonna say, what your girl gonna say, what your cousin thinks of you, what your neighbor's gonna say. You so damn worried about what they gonna say on Instagram if you post that picture, what they gonna say if in the comments. You're so worried about other people. The majority of people permit relatives, friends, and the public at large to so influence them that they cannot live their own lives because they fear criticism. Huge numbers of people make mistakes. This is written in 1925, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. No internet. No iPhones, no telephones, no television. Television wasn't even invented yet. Movies wasn't even really coming out yet. It was just being introduced. This is what they was dealing with then. Come on. Huge numbers of people make mistakes in marriage, stand by the bargain, and go through life miserable and unhappy because they fear criticism, which may follow if they correct the mistake. Anyone who has submitted to this form of fear knows the irreparable damage it does by destroying ambition, self-reliance, and the desire to achieve. Millions of people neglect to acquire belated educations after having left school because they fear criticism. Countless numbers of men and women, both young and old, permit relatives to wreck their lives in the name of quote unquote duty because they fear criticism. You worried about what your parents think, what your fathers think, what your uncles and your grandfather and your neighbors and your auntie thinks. And they wreck your life. They wreck your lives in the name of duty because you fear criticism. Duty does not require any person to submit to the destruction of his own personal ambitions and the right to live their own life in their own way. People refuse to take chances in business, as an example, because your daddy told you that ain't gonna be worth shit. What you doing? Why you doing that? Your mama said, girl, you're wasting your time doing that. Go to school and be a go to go get a degree in philosophy or some bullshit. Instead of I could go on about this. People refuse to take chances in business because they fear criticism, which may follow if they fail. The fear of criticism in such cases is stronger than the desire for success. Too many people refuse to set high goals for themselves or even neglect setting a career because they fear the criticism of relatives and quote unquote friends who may say, don't aim too high. You know, people will kind of think you're crazy. When Andrew Carnegie suggested that I devoted 20 years to the organization of a philosophy of individual achievement, my first impulse of thought was fear of what people might say. The suggestion set up a goal for me, far out of proportion to any I had ever conceived. As quick as a flash, my mind began to create alibis and excuses, all of them traceable to the inherent fear of criticism. Something inside of me said, you can't do it. The job is too big and requires too much time. What will your relatives think of you? How will you earn a living? No one has ever organized a philosophy of success. What right have you to believe that you can do it? You are you anyway to aim. Wait, who are you anyway to aim so high? Remember your humble birth. What do you know about philosophy? People will think you crazy, and they did. Why hasn't some other person done this before now? Is what they told him about writing this book. Here we are reading it damn near 100 years later. These people and many others questions flashed into my mind and demanded attention. It seemed as if the whole world had suddenly turned its attention to me with the purpose of ridiculing me into giving up all desire to carry out Mr. Carnegie's suggestion. I had a fine opportunity then and there to kill off ambition before it gained control of me. Later in life, after having analyzed thousands of people, I discovered the most ideas are stillborn and need the breath of life injected into them through definite plans of immediate action. The time to nurse an idea is at the time of its birth. Every minute it lives gives it a better chance of surviving. The fear of criticism, my friends, is at the bottom of destruction of most ideas which never reach the planning and action stage. Many people believe that material success is the result of favorable, quote unquote, big breaks. There is an element of ground for the belief, but those depending entirely upon luck are nearly always disappointed because they overlook another important factor which must be present before one can be sure of success. It is the knowledge with which favorable breaks, quote unquote, can be made to order. During the Depression, W.C. Fields, the comedian, lost all of his money. Y'all know who W.C. Fields is. And found himself without any income, without any job. And all his means of earning a living, vaudeville, no longer existed. Moreover, he was past 60 years old when many men considered themselves old. He was so eager to stage a comeback that he offered to work without pay in a new field, movies. That's where I know W.C. Fields came from. In addition to his other troubles, he fell and injured his neck. To many, that right there would have been the place to give up and quit. But W.C. Fields was persistent. He knew that if he carried on, he would get the break sooner or later, and he did get him, but not by chance. Marie Dressler found herself down and out, with her money gone, with no job, when she was about 60 years old. She too went after the big breaks and got them. Her persistence brought an astounding triumph late in life, long beyond the age when most men and women are done with ambition to achieve. Eddie Cantor lost all of his money in 1929 stock crash, but he still had persistence and his courage. With these plus two prominent eyes, he exploited himself back into an income of $10,000 a week. And this is 1929. Verily, if one has persistence, one can get along very well without many other qualities. The only break that anyone can afford to rely upon is a self-made break. These come through the application of persistence. The starting point is definiteness of purpose. Examine the first 100 people that you meet. Ask them what they want the most in life, and 98% of them will not be able to tell you. If you press them for an answer, some will say, oh, I want security. Many will say, oh, I want money. A few will say, I'm looking for happiness. Others will say fame and power, and still others will say social recognition. I'm looking for ease in living. I'm looking for the ability to sing, or I want to be able to dance. Some people will tell you that they want to be able to write. But none of these people will be able to define those terms or give the slightest indication of a plan by which they hope to attain these vaguely expressed ideas. Where did I leave off? Oh, these vaguely expressed wishes. Riches do not respond to wishes. I repeat, wishes do not respond to riches. Did I say that backwards? Riches do not respond to wishes. Riches, money, doesn't respond to wishes. They respond only to definite plans, backed by definite desires, through constant persistence. Now, how do you develop persistence? There are 4 simple steps which lead to the habit of persistence. They call for no great amount of intelligence, no particular amount of education, but little time or effort. The necessary steps to get persistence is the following. This is what everybody wake up. Everybody pay attention. This is what you need. If you lack persistence, that's what we've been talking about. We've been talking about the lack of persistence and how important it is and how you need to get it. Here's the 4 steps that you all need to have to get the persistence that you need. All right. This is number 1. You need a definite purpose backed by a burning desire for its fulfillment. You have to have a purpose, you guys. You have to have a specific, definitive purpose, and it has to be backed by desire to get that thing. Number 2, you have to have a definite plan expressed in continuous action. You can't just hope and wish. You have to have it. You got to write it out. I'm sorry. You got to write it out. You have to have a plan in which to get what you want. This is how you get the persistence. You have to have a plan. Number 3, a mind closed tightly against all negative and discouraging influences, including negative suggestions of relatives, friends, and acquaintances. Ignore the haters. Ignore the people who wish that you will fail. Ignore the people who are not supporting you. Don't fuck with them. Period. Number 4, a friendly alliance with one or more people who will encourage one to follow through with your plan and purpose. That is your mastermind group. You will get persistence if you have a team of one or more people who support you. Get rid of the haters. Set up a plan. Know exactly what you want and have the desire to get it. And get a crew who will push you to do it. That's all you need to get the persistence that you desire, that you lack today. And if you don't have any of the 4 things that I'm talking about, and most of you have none of them, most of you guys don't have a definite purpose and you don't have any desire to get it. Many of you guys don't have any plans. Hell, you don't have a purpose. You obviously don't have a plan. Some of you guys listen to so much influence from your parents and your friends. You let people talk you out of shit. And you don't even have a team, a friend, a group of people who will push you to do what you want to do. Even if you had the first 3. Don't expect persistence. But if you want persistence, all you got to do is these 4 steps that I just read. They're right there on the screen. Screenshot it. Print it out. These 4 steps are essential for the success in all walks of life. The entire purpose of the 13 principles of this philosophy is to enable one to take these 4 steps as a matter of habit. These are the steps by which one may control one's economic destiny. Economic, money, destiny. Hold on one second. Had to adjust my camera. It's getting bright out here in LA. Didn't I say economic destiny? Okay, yeah. These are the steps that lead to freedom and independence of thought. They are the steps that lead to riches in small or great quantities. They lead the way to power, fame, and worldly recognition. They are the 4 steps which guarantee favorable, quote unquote, breaks. They are the steps that convert dreams into physical realities. They lead also to the mastery of fear, discouragement, and indifference. You can master your fear. You can master being discouraged. You can master indifference if you master those 4 steps that we just read. There is a magnificent reward for all who learn to take these 4 steps. It is the privilege of writing one's own ticket and of making life yield whatever price is asked. I have no way of knowing the facts, but I venture to conjecture that Mr. Wallace Simpson's great love for a man was not accidental nor the result of favorable, quote unquote, breaks alone. There was a burning desire and careful searching at every step of the way. Her first duty was to love. What is the greatest thing on earth? The master called it love, not man-made rules, criticism, or bitter slander or political marriages, but love. She knew what she wanted, not after she met the Prince of Wales, but long before that. Twice, when she had failed to find it, she had the courage to continue her search. To thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not be false to any man. Her rise from obscurity was of the slow, progressive, persistent order, but it was sure. She triumphed over unbelievably long odds, and no matter who you are or what you may think of Wallace Simpson, or the king who gave up his crown for her love, she is an astounding example of applied persistence, an instructor on the rules of self-determination from whom the entire world might profitably take lessons. When you think of Wallace Simpson, think of one who knew what she wanted, and she took the greatest empire on earth to get it. Women who complain that this is a man's world, that women do not have an equal chance to win. Oh, wow. What happened? Okay. Did my iPad die? Damn, my iPad died. Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. Women who complain that this is a man's world, that women do not have an equal chance to win, owe it to themselves to study carefully the life of this unusual woman who, at an age which most women consider quote unquote old, captured the affections of the most desirable bachelor in the entire world. And what of King Edward? What lesson may we learn from his part in the world's greatest drama of recent times? Did he pay too high a price for his affections of the woman of his choice? Surely no one but he can give the correct answer. The rest of us can only conjecture. We can only guess. This much we know. The king came into the world without his own consent. He didn't choose to be born. He was born to great riches without requesting them. He was persistently sought in marriage by many women. Politicians and statesmen throughout Europe tossed dowagers and princesses at his feet. Because he was the firstborn of his parents, he inherited a crown which he did not seek and perhaps didn't even desire. For more than 40 years, he was not a free agent. He could not live his life in his own way. He had but little privacy and finally assumed duties inflicted upon him when he was ascended to the throne. Some will say, with all these blessings, King Edward should have found peace of mind, contentment, and joy of living. The truth is that back of all the privileges of a crown, all the money and all the fame and the power inherited by King Edward, there was an emptiness which could only be filled by love. His greatest desire was for love. Long before he met Wallace Simpson, he doubtless felt this great universal emotion tugging at the strings of his heart, beating on the door of his soul, and crying out for expression. And when he met a kindred spirit, crying out for the same thing, holy privilege of expression, he recognized it and without fear or apology, opened his heart and bade it enter. All the scandal mongers in the world cannot destroy the beauty of this international drama through which two people found love and had the courage to face the open criticism, renounce all else to give it holy expression. King Edward's decision to give up the crown of the world's most powerful empire for the privilege of going the remainder of the way through life with the woman of his choice was a decision that required courage. The decision also had a price, but who has the right to say the price was too great? Surely not he who said, "He among you who is without sin, let him cast the first stone." As a suggestion to any evil-minded person who chooses to find fault with the Duke of Windsor because his desire was for love and for openly declaring his love for Wallace Simpson and giving up his throne for her, let it be remembered that the open declaration was not essential. He could have followed the custom and clandestine liaison which he prevailed in Europe for centuries without giving up either his throne or the woman of his choice, and there would have been no complaint from either church or laity. But this unusual man was built of sterner stuff. His love was clean. It was deep and sincere. It represented the one thing which above all else he truly desired. Therefore, he took what he wanted and paid the price he demanded. Paid the price demanded. If Europe had been blessed with more rulers with human heart and traits of honesty of ex-King Edward for the past century, that unfortunate hemisphere, now seething with greed and hate, lust and political connivance and threats of war, would have a different kind and a better story to tell. A story in which love and not hate would rule. In the words of Stuart Austin Weir, we raise our cups and drink this toast to extend to ex-King Edward and Wallace Simpson. Blessed is the man who has come to know that our muted thoughts are our sweetest thoughts. Blessed is the man who, from the blackest depths, can see the luminous figure of love and singing, say, sweeter, far than uttered lays are the thoughts I have of you. In these words, we pay tribute to the two people who, more than all others of modern time, have been the victim of criticism and recipients of abuse because they found life's greatest treasure and claimed it. Mr. Simpson read and approved this analysis. Most of the world will applaud the Duke of Windsor and Wallace Simpson because of their persistence in searching until they found life's greatest reward. All of us can profit by following their example in our own search for that which we demand in life. What mystical power gives to men of persistence the capacity to master difficulties? Does the quality of persistence set up in one's mind some form of spiritual or mental or chemical activity which gives one access to like supernatural forces? Does infinite intelligence throw itself on the side of the person who still fights on after the battle has been lost, with the whole world on the opposing side? These and many other similar questions has arisen in my mind as I have observed men like Henry Ford, who started from scratch and built an industrial empire of huge proportions with little else in the way of beginning but persistence. That's all Henry Ford had in the beginning. Or let's say Thomas A. Edison, who with less than 3 months of schooling became the world's leading inventor and converted persistence into the talking machine, the telephone, the moving picture, the movie camera, the incandescent light bulb, to say nothing of 100 other useful inventions that you guys don't even know about. I had the happy privilege of analyzing both Mr. Edison and Mr. Ford year by year over long periods of years, and therefore the opportunity to study them at close range. So I speak from an actual knowledge when I say that I found no quality save persistence in either of them that even remotely suggests the major source of their stupendous achievements. As one makes an impartial study of the prophets, philosophers, the miracle men, and religious leaders of the past, one is drawn to the inevitable conclusion that persistence, concentration of effort, and definiteness of purpose were the major sources of all of their achievements. Consider, for example, the strange and fascinating story of Muhammad. Let's consider, for example, the strange and fascinating story of Muhammad. Analyze his life, compare him with men of achievement in this modern age of industry and finance, and observe how they have one outstanding trait in common: persistence. If you are keenly interested in studying the strange power which gives potency to persistence, read a biography of Muhammad, the Honorable Muhammad, especially the one by Issad Bey. This brief review of that book by Thomas Sergio in the Herald Tribune will provide a preview of the rare treat in store for those who take the time to read the entire story of one of the most astounding examples of the power of persistence known to man. What up, Mr. Awesome? Salute. Reviewed by Thomas Sergio. Let me see how long this is. Oh, this is the end of it. Okay. So we're going to read this. This is reviewed by Thomas Sergio about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Muhammad, and this is for those who maybe have a little bit of curiosity in Islam, and you probably were never going to read it. Now you have an opportunity to hear a story. So just listen out. Listen to me here. I promise I'll be 5 minutes. Muhammad was a prophet, but he never performed a miracle. He was not a mystic He had no formal schooling. He did not begin his mission until he was 40 years old. When he announced that he was the messenger of God, bringing the word of true religion, he was ridiculed and labeled a lunatic. Children tripped him, and women threw filth upon him. He was banished from his native city, Mecca, and his followers were stripped of their worldly goods and sent into the desert after him. When he had been preaching for 10 years, he had nothing to show for it but banishment, poverty, and ridicule. Yet before another 10 years had passed, he was dictator of all of Arabia, ruler of Mecca, and the head of the new world religion, which was to sweep the Danube and the Pyrenees before exhausting the impetus he gave it. That impetus was threefold: the power of words, the efficacy of prayer, and man's kinship with God. Muhammad's career never made sense. Muhammad was born to impoverished members of a leading family of Mecca. Because Mecca, the crossroads of the world, became the magic stone called the Kaaba, great city of trade and the center of trade routes, was unsanitary. Its children were sent to be raised in the desert by Bedouins. Muhammad was thus nurtured, drawing strength and health from the milk of various mothers. He tended sheep and soon hired out to a rich widow as a leader of her caravans. He traveled to all parts of the Eastern world, talked with many men of diverse beliefs, and observed the decline of Christianity into warring sects. When he was just 28 years old, Khadijah, the widow, looked upon him with favor, and she married him. Her father would have objected to such a marriage, so she got him drunk and held him up while he gave the paternal blessing. For the next 12 years, Muhammad lived as a rich and respected and very shrewd trader. Then he took to wandering in the desert, and one day he returned with the first verse of the Quran and told Khadijah that the archangel Gabriel had appeared to him and said that he was to be the messenger of God. The Quran, the revealed word of God, was the closest thing to a miracle in Muhammad's life. He had not been a poet. He had no gift of words. Yet the verses of the Quran, as he received them and recited them to the faithful, were better than any verses which the professional poets of the tribes could even produce. This, to the Arabs, was a miracle. To them, the gift of words was the greatest gift. The poet was all powerful. In addition, the Quran said that all men were equal before God, that the world should be a democratic state, Islam. It was this political heresy, plus Muhammad's desire to destroy all the 360 idols in the courtyard of the Kaaba, which brought about his banishment. The idols brought the desert tribes to Mecca, and that meant trade. So the businessmen of Mecca, the capitalists of Mecca, of which he had been one, set upon Muhammad. Then he retreated to the desert and demanded sovereignty over the whole world. The rise of Islam. Out of the desert came a flame which would not be extinguished, a democratic army fighting as a unit and prepared to die without wincing. Muhammad had invited the Jews and the Christians to join in with him, for he was not building a new religion. He was calling all who believed in one God to join in a single faith. If the Jews and the Christians had accepted his invitation, Islam would have conquered the world. They didn't. They would not even accept Muhammad's invitation. They didn't. They would not even accept Muhammad's innovation of human warfare. When the armies of the prophet entered Jerusalem, not a single person was killed because of his faith. When the Crusaders entered the city, centuries later, not a Muslim man, woman, or child was spared. But the Christians did accept one Muslim idea, the place of learning, the university. And that's the chapter, fellas. That's the chapter, ladies. We are done. Mr. Awesome, assalamu alaikum. Malaikum assalam. Persistence, ladies and gentlemen. Persistence. Let's go over the key ideas of persistence that we just read. And thank you for those that's been hanging with me throughout the entire chapter. Welcome to the people that's just arrived. Key ideas for persistence, chapter 9. 1, persistence and willpower is what transmutes desire into money. If you want to get money, you got to have persistence. There's no doubt about it. 2, most people are willing to throw out their plans at the first sign of resistance. But in order to attain your goal, you have to be persistent. Everyone experiences setbacks. If you do, change your plan. If needed, and keep going. Everybody, throw your ones up. Soldiers, throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
Marvelette, my dear friend, my inner circle partner here in Los Angeles. Marvelette gave a super chat at $20. Marvelette had nothing to say. She just blessed the channel.
Being number one isn't easy.
Everybody throw your ones up. That's what we do. When people turn around over here, when people turn around and bless this channel and its efforts financially, we throw our ones up. We throw our ones up. Those are the people that I consider number one. Thank you, Marvelette.
Being number one isn't easy.
It's not easy to do that. It's not easy to take $1, $2, $5, $10, $20 in her case and bless the channel to encourage me to keep doing what I'm doing. Thank you so much, Marvelette. Love you. I love you. I appreciate you. That's right, everybody. Everybody's hitting those ones. And we're going to hit the ones when you guys do it too. We are all high value over here. All right. Well, it's certainly high quality. We're all high quality over here. Absolutely. Quality over quantity, right? That's the shirt of the day. Number 3, key idea that we should take away from this chapter that we just read. The intensity of your desire relates to the intensity of your results. Weak desire leads to weak results. Intense desire leads to strong results. If you are lackluster, lukewarm, soft, expect lackluster and lukewarm results. What I'm trying to think of, what made me pause there was this the term we used back in the Army. I ain't been in the Army. It's been over 20 years. What did I? Everybody, throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
Everybody, throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
Mr. Awesome says he's a persistent person. You know damn right. You know what he's persistent at? He's persistent at supporting this channel financially. What is Mr. Awesome? He says, I'm a very persistent person. The worst thing I can do is give up. The second worst thing I can do is not try. Everybody, throw your ones up for Mr. Awesome.
Being number one isn't easy.
Ones up for Mr. Awesome.
Being number one isn't easy.
Shout out to my guy. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for your support. The intensity of your desires relates to the intensity of your results. Weak desires lead to weak results. Intense desires lead to strong results. Let's talk about number 4 key idea that we should take from this chapter. If you're having trouble generating an intense desire and a money consciousness, use your mastermind group to energize you. We're going to learn about creating our mastermind group on Monday. Monday morning, at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we read chapter 10. That's where we're going to learn about this mastermind group. And if you're having trouble generating an intense desire and money consciousness, you want to use your mastermind group to help energize you. Number 5 takeaway. Unless you are actively engaged in money consciousness, and most of us are not, most of us, not you, I'm saying us, most of us are not actively engaged in money consciousness, then poverty consciousness will take over. If you're not about getting money, then being broke will take over. Money consciousness is an active state, and a default state is poverty consciousness. You have to be actively engaged into having a money consciousness. If you don't, the default is poverty. The default is laziness. The default is being broke. You have to overcome that. You have to push that back physically. Number 6 takeaway, with persistence comes success. Number 7, every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent advantage. Number 8, here are the causes of persistence. Can any of you guys recognize and identify with this? A, definitive purpose. You don't have it. B, desire. Definitive purpose causes persistence. B, desire causes persistence. C, self-reliance causes persistence. E, accurate knowledge causes persistence. C, cooperation with other people causes persistence. G, willpower causes persistence. And H, habit. Good habits causes persistence. Number 9 takeaway. These are the weaknesses which must be mastered by all those who accumulate riches. Can any of you guys identify with these weaknesses that we all must master? Number 1, failure to recognize and not clearly define exactly what you want. 2, procrastination, with or without cause. 3, lack of interest in acquiring specialized knowledge. You don't even want to learn nothing new. 4, indecision, the habit of passing the buck on all occasions instead of facing issues squarely on. 5, the habit of relying upon alibis instead of creating definite plans for the solution of problems. 6, self-satisfaction. There is but little remedy for this affliction and no hope for those who suffer it. Self-satisfaction is indulgence in sex, masturbation, eating too much damn food. You spend money on it. That's what self-satisfaction is. You eat too much, and now you're over. Uh-oh. Shout out. Everybody throw your ones up.
Being number 1 isn't easy.
Throw your ones up.
Being number 1 isn't easy.
It's like when it rains, it pours. Shout out to my man Christian for the $10 super chat. He says, I appreciate you for doing this book series. This has been a game changer for me. If I help one person, I've succeeded in my goal. It's cool if I help a bunch of y'all, but if I help one person, when we read, my goal, when I started this out with Rich People Read, I was like, man, am I going to help a bunch of people? I was thinking that, it's probably going to be maybe 3-4 people in the chat. It's only going to be like 3 or 4 people listening to me read. Right now is 26 people in here. That's what the numbers say. 26, 24. That is damn near 10 times more people than I anticipated to be sitting here listening to me read books. With 24 people in here, I was only expecting 3. So that's almost 10 times more than the people that I expected. That's 8 times more for sure. Thank you for saying that, man. Hey, Christian, thank you for saying that, bro.
Being number 1 isn't easy.
That's important to me. I appreciate you doing this book series. This has been a game changer for me. That's important to me because I just wanted to be able to help one person. I'm going to read if it's only one person listening. In fact, I'm going to read if nobody listens. But if one person is sitting here listening and I'm helping one person, mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. Thank you, bro. Thank you for saying that. And thank you for supporting the channel. Number 7, indifference. Usually reflected in one's readiness to compromise on all occasions rather than meet opposition and fight it. You just give up. People that give up. Indifference. People that just give up. Number 8 takeaway from this chapter. The habit of blaming others for one's mistakes and accepting unfavorable circumstances as being unavoidable. No, I'm sorry. That's not the number 1. This is we are reading off the weaknesses which must be mastered. The number 8 weakness that must be mastered is the habit of blaming others for one's mistakes and accepting unfavorable circumstances as being unavoidable. You got to master that, you guys. Number 9, weakness of desire. How bad do you want it? Due to neglect in the choice of motives that impel action, how bad do you want it? How bad do you guys want to get money? How bad do you want to get married? How bad do you want that car? How bad do you want to move out of that living on your auntie's sofa, living or couch surfing? How bad do you want your own place to live? How bad do you want to get out of that apartment and move into your own condominium or townhouse? How bad do you want to buy your own house? How bad do you want that job? How bad do you want it? Number 10, willingness, even eagerness to quit at the first sign of defeat. How many of you guys are quitters? Oh, man, shit, I see it coming. Oh, man, I see it coming. I don't even want to fight. I don't even want to fight the fight. I don't even want to fight the fight.
Being number 1 isn't easy.
Throw your ones up, you guys. We do it every time. I want to get into the habit when we're at this channel that we throw our ones up whenever
being number 1 isn't easy.
Supports the channel. Shout out to my man. Shout out to my man RG. He's bridging the gap. RG Purdue. He didn't say anything, you guys. He hit us with the $20 super chat. And he had nothing to say. He's just blessing the channel. He does this all the time. He does this all the time. You know what I'm thinking? And you know what I have? I'm just guessing. I could be wrong. I'm just guessing. The people that is always financially blessing my channel, is good things happen for you guys recently. I'm guessing. I don't think you having no tax problems. I don't think you having no relationship issues. I don't think you got no car accidents. I think that you got a refrigerator full of food. I think that you got money in the bank. I bet you are feeling healthy. I just happen to think, and I could be wrong, that good shit is happening to the people that just consistently is pouring in to my channel. I'm guessing that life is just working out for you. Even when you may be having some challenges, you seem to continuously get blessed. You somehow still wiggle out of them. You somehow, shit is still working out for you. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
Being number 1 isn't easy.
I don't know. I just have that feeling. I don't know. You put $10 over here and suddenly you get a new laptop. You bless the channel with $20 and suddenly that cracked iPhone is the new iPhone 13. You just got a new phone. Didn't really cost you much more money. I don't know. I think blessings are coming to. That's just how I feel. I could be wrong. Correct me. If life is shitty for you right now, to those that's consistently pouring into this channel, consistently sending me super chats. For those that are consistently doing it, if shit is really fucked up for you right now, let me know. Correct me. Otherwise, I have a feeling that life is going real good for you guys. And I'm saying that because those that's out there that's having a shitty life right now, you might want to follow suit. Not in blessing me. I'm not saying that. Bless the people that's in your life. Maybe bless the people around you. Pay it forward to your coworker. Follow suit of those that are winning, and you'll win as well. Thank you guys. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I'm not even reading the chat. I don't even know what you guys are saying. I'll come back and read it later. I just have a feeling. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Where we at? We are reading now the weaknesses that must be mastered by all those who want to get to the bag. Another weakness. Number 11. You have to get over your lack of organized plans, placed in writing where they may be analyzed. You can't just think that you're going to follow through. You can't just think of the plan of action. You have to have it physically on paper. You have to have it in your iPad. It has to be in your notes. It can't be in your head. It has to be in your notes where you could read it and follow those plans. Number 12, the habit of neglecting to move on ideas or grasp opportunity when it presents itself. Ladies and gentlemen, when the window of opportunity opens for you again, seize the day. Carpe diem. When the window of opportunity opens for you again, carpe diem. Seize it. Don't sit there and wonder and think and start hemming and hawing and sitting there and contemplating and get afflicted by analysis paralysis. The next time the window of opportunity opens for you in whatever, fucking seize it, you guys. Go for it. Go for it. Stop sitting by watching opportunities pass you by. Number 13, wishing instead of willing. Stop wishing stuff. Make it happen. Number 14, the habit of compromising with poverty instead of aiming at riches. General absence of ambition to be, to do, and to own. If shit has just happened to you, don't say, well, that's just me. Okay, it is what it is. Remove that from your vocabulary. Remove it is what it is. Replace that it is with what I make it. Remove it is what it is. You in the hood, you poor, you broke, you living in your grandfather's garage. It is what it is. Bullshit. It's not what it is. It's what you make it. Stop compromising with poverty. Stop compromising with poverty. Number 15, searching for the shortcuts to riches, trying to get without giving, a fair equivalent, usually reflected in the habit of gambling, endeavors, and driving sharp bargains. Get rid of this. RG, he did it again. Mind you, RCC 72 is the one that upgraded his membership. He was already a soldier. This morning he woke up on one level to right now he's on a new level. And now he's over here in addition to RCC 72 Detroit, who's my age. We're both 49 years old. We are from the same era, me and my man. Not only did he elevate his membership, he also has been pouring into the show. What does RCC 72 say? He says success equals the preparedness when success is when preparedness meets opportunity. Success is when preparedness meets opportunity. You ain't got to get ready if you stay ready. So when that window of opportunity arises, you good to go. So many of you guys, and this is what RCC is saying. What RCC is saying is so many of you guys don't move on those windows of opportunity because you didn't have the shit ready to seize that opportunity in its fullness when it was presented to you. So RCC is saying, be prepared. Be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. So when it shows up, you can seize it. I'll give you an example. Let's switch this over to dating. Let's get this off of entrepreneurship. Let's switch this over to dating. Ladies, I'm talking to you. Ladies who are overweight, I'm talking to you. How can I make this stay up here? I wish I could make this stay up here. Ladies who are overweight, I'm talking to you. Many of you are saying, oh, you know what? It's too hard to get into the gym. It's too hard to eat right. But you want a certain type of guy. Now, you'll settle for a person because that's the best you can currently get. But in your heart, in your mind, you want a certain type of guy. You want a certain type of guy. And here's the reality. That window of opportunity to land that certain type of guy has come across your life at one point or another. Here's another reality. To the ladies I'm speaking that's overweight. Another one is coming. He's going to show up at the gas station when you're putting gas in your car. He's going to show up at your job delivering something. He's going to show up at church. He's going to show up at your friend's birthday party because he just moved in from out of town. You're going to go to your girl's birthday party in the future in 2022, and he's going to show up and he's going to be there, and he's going to be coming from out of town. It hasn't happened yet. Here's the thing. The guy that you like probably wants what I call the 5 Fs: fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. He maybe wants a fit woman. That opportunity will show up to you, and maybe he wants a fit woman. Today, you're overweight. You've been told to love thyself, and the right guy come along and he'll love everything that you are. Bullshit. Bullshit. Don't believe that. Erase that from your memory. You need to become the best version of yourself. And I don't care about the people who don't believe in the BMI chart. Believe in the BMI chart. Now, here's what I'm telling you, based on what RCC put up. Where did it go? When preparedness meets opportunity, you'll get success. If you prepare yourself today, and I'm speaking specifically on women who are overweight. I could talk about a lot of stuff. I could talk about men who's broke. I could talk about people who don't do their hair right. I could talk about I could talk about all kinds of stuff, but I'm talking about women who are overweight and the reason I'm talking about that one specifically is because it's so overwhelmingly prevalent in our community, in the Black community particularly. 80% of our women are overweight, and 80% of them are obese. 80% of the Black women in America are overweight, and 80% of them are obese. So that's why I'm speaking on this one. When that guy shows up in 2022, are you prepared to receive him? The window of opportunity is going to be there. But he may want a certain type of person. And don't you dare think that it's just your personality that's going to land him. And if he don't like your personality, his loss. Bullshit. Bullshit. Stop believing that. That's the nonsense that's keeping us single and taking us to divorce court now. That's nonsense. We've tried that for 30 years. It didn't work. Now we changing minds. Get your shit together. Today, prepare yourself. Today, as my man RCC says, prepare yourself now. So when that opportunity arises, you will have success. Ladies, you will have success. It requires your preparedness today to be ready for the opportunity tomorrow if you want success. Otherwise, that window of opportunity is going to close. Otherwise, that window of opportunity will close on you, and you will not get the outcome that you desire. Shout out to my man RCC. Shout out to my man RCC for the $20 super chat. Success equals when preparedness meets opportunity. You got to get ready now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, take the story I just mentioned and apply it to whatever the hell that you're looking for. And are you ready to receive it? If you're not ready to receive it, get busy today. All right. And then the last weakness that must be mastered by all is the fear of criticism. The fear of criticism, ladies and gentlemen. Throw your ones up, Mr. Awesome.
Being number one isn't easy.
Throw your ones up. Y'all not going to let me finish reading. Throw your ones up, Mr. Awesome.
Being number one isn't easy.
He says, I ask myself, how is this going to help me reach my goal? Is this, it's either, Marvy. First, let me finish Mr. Awesome. Because I stopped for the super chats. I ask myself, how is this going to help me reach my goal? It's either a direct step forward or an indirect supplemental step. The fire is lit. I might wane, might dim, but I won't allow it to extinguish. Shout out to Mr. Awesome. Everybody throw your
Being
ones
number
up.
one isn't
I want to hear
easy.
the ones. I want to see the ones. When I go
Being
back
number
and watch
one
the
isn't
chat
easy.
on all my videos, I'm going to watch the chats on here. I want to see the ones. Throw the ones up. And after that came Marvelette with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Marvelette. She said she is not going to miss this high value man. I got to throw Marvelette on the screen. I got to throw Marvelette on the screen. I got to throw Marvelette up on the screen, you guys, because Marvelette says she is not going to miss her high value man. Women, she wants what she wants, and she wants what she wants, and she's going to get it. And Marvelette has realized that it requires. Let me throw her back up because I'm organizing this now. It requires her to be prepared for him. It requires her to be prepared for him. She won't miss it. The next window of opportunity that opens up for Marvelette in whatever it is she desires, whether it's her business, her catering business, or whether it's her fashion business, or whether it's her the man in her life, or whether it's successes for her children to win, whatever it is, when that window of opportunity arises, Marvelette is pledging right here in front of all of us that she's going to be ready for it by getting prepared today for when it comes tomorrow. Shout out to Mr. Awesome. Shout out to Marvelette. Everybody.
Being number one isn't easy.
I appreciate that. And then I believe that I just heard a new member. Did I just not hear a new member? Did I just not hear a new member? Christian Alexander. Christian Alexander upgraded. Christian Alexander upgraded. Where'd it go? Right there. Christian Alexander was already a soldier. Soldiers, salute.
Sir, yes, sir.
Soldiers, salute.
Sir, yes, sir.
Soldiers, salute.
Sir, yes, sir.
Let's give Christian Alexander the salute. He increased his membership. Christian increased his membership. I'm going to take a look at it, Christian. If you are, I got to send you the back channel information if you're one of the full-time soldiers to hire. He was already a soldier in the Army. Now he's stepped up. Thank you so much, Christian. Thank you so much, Christian. We do more before 8 a.m. than most people do all day. We do more before 8 a.m. than most people. We do more before 8 a.m. than most people do all day. That was the motto of the United States Army when I joined back in the 90s. I joined the Army in 1991. I joined the Army in 1991. I had been hearing that throughout I graduated high school in 1989. Went to college for 1 year. Started driving buses for another year. Then said, I'm going to go to the Army. 1991. We do more before 8 a.m. than most people do all day. That applies to us. That applies to us over here at the SR Army. Shout out to my man, Christian, for upgrading his membership. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Listen. There are 4 ways to develop persistence. This chapter that we just read in the book, here's the 4 ways. Here's a recap. We're doing a recap on the key ideas of this chapter. 1, way to develop persistence is to a definite purpose backed by is burning desire for its fulfillment. 2, a definite plan expressed in continuous action. 3, a mind closed tightly against all negative and discouraging influences. You got to ignore the haters, you guys. Ignore the people that's hating on you. Ignore the people that's discouraging you. Ignore the people that's telling you that's a shitty idea. Ignore the people that's telling you don't even try that. Ignore the people who don't do shit for themselves and they're trying to get you to join their misery crew. Don't join the misery club. They want you. They looking for members. Don't join that crew. Complainers and arguers. Bad faith people. Fuck them. And the number 4 way of becoming persistent is to have a friendly alliance with one or more persons who will encourage you to follow through with both your plan and your purpose. That is your mastermind group. We learn about the mastermind group on Monday. We learn about our mastermind group on Monday. Shout out, y'all. This is fun. This is fun. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. My iPad died on me. I started at 33%. This iPad don't never die. It died today. It said I had 33% when we started. I wonder why it died. That's all good. You guys, we knocked out another chapter. 2 hours and 20 minutes. 2 hours and 20 minutes. You know what I'm not doing? You know what I'm not doing? Damn, you guys got to remind me. Listen, chat, remind me. So there's a button on my screen that I hit that creates what is called the stream sponsor. And I got to get used to that. I've only done it for 2 streams. I've only used it twice. And I missed it. It's a
Being number 1 isn't easy. Being number 1 isn't easy.
That's his mind you, I couldn't even get 3 minutes in before he gave $100 super chat. It's the bookend.
Yeah.
No, see, I gotta get these buttons right. Right here. You see this at the bottom of the screen? You guys have to remind me, because I have to turn it on and off manually. I have to turn it on and off manually. I have to turn it on and off manually.
Being number 1 isn't easy.
Let's give a shout out to A Senior for the $200 that he's donated to this stream. He is absolutely the stream sponsor. I'm going to start highlighting you guys. You guys can't, I'm not going to be one of them channels that don't talk about the people I'm not going to be one of them channels that don't talk about the people that pour into the channel. If talking about the people that give super chats exceeds the talking points, then so be it. Then we'll just be here longer. Everybody throw your
Being number 1 isn't easy.
Marvelette.
Being number 1 isn't easy.
Everybody throw your ones up for Marvelette. She says, I appreciate you, Shan. I appreciate you, Marvelette. I appreciate you, Marvelette. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much to our stream sponsor, A Senior, for the $200 that he's provided. Thank you to everybody that's given 99 cents. I am as equally appreciative of the people who gives me 99 cents to the people that gives me $99. because you're doing something that you don't have to do and you do it anyway. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Remind me, you guys, whenever soldiers, listen, whenever I go live and I get a super chat and you don't see the scroll going, every time I get a super chat, that scroll should be going across the bottom. Please remind me. Mr. Awesome.
Being number one isn't easy.
Mr. Awesome says, I'm in the back chat. Y'all join up. And soldiers, remember, you don't exist. Only the mission. Cus D'Amato. You know who Cus D'Amato is? How many of you guys know anything about boxing? Look up Cus D'Amato. Shout out to my man, Mr. Awesome. Go learn specialized knowledge. I can tell you about who Cus D'Amato is. Mr. Awesome can tell you about that. No, go learn for yourself. Shout out to Mr. Awesome for the $5 super chat. Shout out to Marvelette for the $10 super chat. Shout out to A Senior for the $100 super chat. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You're encouraging me and you're making me, y'all gonna fuck around and make me do this full time. Y'all gonna end up making me do this. Y'all gonna end up making me give up my, and that's a lot to make me give up my fashion career and come over here and start being a content. You're gonna make my side, and my side my main. You're gonna end up making me do my main gig, turning my main gig into my side gig and my side gig into my main. When you guys do support like this. When you guys support like this, when you support like this, you're gonna make me turn around and put my main gig on the side and my side gig on the main. I'm gonna have to turn around and give my company to my employees. I'm gonna have to just tell them they run it and let them do that. And I'll be over here just doing content creation because you guys are extremely encouraging. Shout out everybody.
Being number one isn't easy.
Put your ones up for Javaro Forbes for the $20 super chat. Everybody throw your ones up. Y'all not even letting me finish the show. Y'all not letting me finish the show. I got another show to do. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. I told you, A Senior says, I told you all side pieces can level up. For real. For real. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Listen, another successful chapter read. Take your vitamins today. Drink water today, please.
Welcome to the real world.
Thank you for subscribing, Thomas. We got a new subscriber to the channel. Thank you, Thomas Breeze. We appreciate you, bro. Thank you. We appreciate you. Lakeisha.
Being number one isn't easy.
Everybody throw your ones up. Lakeisha Michelle with her cute self. I told Lakeisha, I said, Lakeisha, I don't know what you look like. She DM'd me the cutest picture. She won't let me be a part. She keeps her Instagram private so people can't see it. She sent me a picture. I was like, ooh. I was like, ooh. Like that, Lakeisha? Lakeisha said, Sheba Dog shaking his hips saying thank you. Thank you, Lakeisha. I appreciate your support. Lakeisha is like my #1 moderator. She's day one. She's day 0. Lakeisha is like hour 1. She's like hour 1. She's like my #1 moderator. Thank you so much, Lakeisha. I appreciate you. And your $10 super chat. My man, Thomas Thompson. Y'all not gonna let me leave today? So that's what y'all gonna do?
Being number one isn't easy.
Throw your ones up. Y'all not gonna let me go today, huh? It's Friday. It's Friday. My man Thomas Thompson. He gets the cha-ching. Follow the instructions. He gets the cha-ching. And then Cam comes in. Cam sets us off.
Being number one isn't easy.
Soldiers, that's part of the army. Go to the emoji section on your chat. It's like a little emoji symbol down there. It'll bring up the emojis. You get specialized emojis, and one of them looks like a hand throwing up like this.
Being number one isn't easy.
Use the hand, soldiers. Whenever
being number one isn't easy.
Use the hand. Cam Rob. He says, you are made for this, Shan, to be a content creator full time. Y'all, the way y'all keep blessing the brother, y'all gonna, listen, I already skipped, Marvelette knows, we didn't even do our fall collection in fashion. We didn't do the fall collection this year. Why? Because I was over here at YouTube. The way you guys are pouring into me, I'm gonna either have to rent out the studio next door to mine because it's currently open for lease, or I'm gonna have to clear out my studio and convert it into a full-on content creation studio. No, I wouldn't get rid of fashion. I'd keep that studio. I'd have to rent out the place next door to me. Y'all gonna make me have to rent the place next door. Y'all gonna end up making me have to rent the place next door. Oh my God. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your help and your support. I appreciate each and every one of you and all your super chats. I appreciate each and every one. Thank you, Cam Rob. You gave me $5 and you did not have to do that, bro. You could have given that money to anybody else in your life. You could have kept it for yourself. You could have spent it on lunch today, but you gave it over here to me. I promise you, I will use it wisely and make sure that I won't let you down. There will be no scandals. You will not catch me in the news being some weirdo, doing some weird shit that you guys are gonna all be ashamed of. You're good with me. I'm solid. I promise to use every dime that you guys invest into advancing ourselves and our culture and our community. Promise you. No weird shit over here. No problems, no scandals, no beefs. Thank you so much, man. All right, you guys. Shall we do a giveaway? Let's do a giveaway. Let's close the entries. It's a new month. It's a new month. So like everybody can win. We're on a new month. The new entries into this show live chat contest have stopped and you can no longer enter. Get ready for the winner announcement in a moment. Here we go. And the winner of today's live chat contest is going to come in the chat. It's going to tell you. The system is going to tell you. Ha! Thomas Thompson. It's going to tell it to you in a second. It's going to pop up in the chat. Read the chat. Boom. Thomas Thompson has won the free gift card. Thomas Thompson has won the free gift card. Follow the instructions. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. And Mr. Awesome, that's what Mr. Awesome does. He blesses you all throughout the chat. He just does it. He drops dollars on you all the time. Mr. Awesome hit me with another super chat, another $2 super chat. He says, what does he say? He says, how much is rent? So we know 50-50 equals 100 to 100. We're going to talk about that. So Mr. Awesome is talking about something that we're getting ready to have a conversation with on our back channel over at PLDC. He brought that up last night. And I think he responded, but I was waking up getting ready for the show, so I didn't get a chance to respond. I think he responded, but he's talking about 50-50 equals 100 to 100. We're gonna have a conversation. We have conversations. The soldiers who are full-time and higher over at the membership section, members over here, we have a private chat. We have a private chat that we talk to each other all day long. So we're gonna have that. And for any soldiers that's full-time and higher that even upgraded today, make sure you email me, or I'm gonna have to search you down so I can give you the access to our private chat. You now have access to that private chat. How much is the rent? It depends. Like the store that I was at originally was $3,600 a month. My original rent at my first place was $5,000 a month. I was there for 2 years. So it was like $60,000 a year. Then I moved to the next place. It was $36,000. It's not that bad. I don't know what the rent is at the spot next door. It's probably like $2,000 a month, something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But the way you guys are blessing me, I'm gonna have to get a spot. I'm gonna have to build out a whole content creation studio. I'm gonna have to build out a whole content creation studio so we can make sure I present to you guys the best possible production value I can. You sitting here looking at this back, I need to set it up so you guys can get what we got to do it the right way, the way you guys are setting it up. The way you guys are setting up, I'm gonna have to set up something where it's dope. We're gonna, shit. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Did you guys like this video? Please like the video. We're at 43. Can I get to 60? Can I get to 60 likes? If you are watching this video right now, just please hit the thumbs up button. It helps me with YouTube. It tells YouTube that other people should see this video. Please hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much. I'm at 43 thumbs up right now. I'd like to get to 60. That's only 17 more. I'd like to get to 60. It's only 17 more. Please like this. Please subscribe to my channel at the very least. You have an unlimited supply of social digital currency. Can you spend a little by hitting the subscribe button on my channel? Thank you so much. I see that the likes went up to 44. Thank you. So whoever just hit the like button on this video, thank you. Don't know who it was, but thank you. Join the army if you're ready to take your life to the next level. We're going to do it as a collective. We're going to do it as a collective. My name is Mr. Shannon Rawls. Thank you for reading along with us. Remember, reading is the way to expand your mind and your bank account. Tune in next time to Rich People Read. You, my friends, are dismissed.
Yeah. Escucha. Mío en tu habitación, solo los 2 segundos que hay que detener. Porque si no siento tu voz o tu olor, te extraño y te quiero ver. Quiero ver. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas. Haces falta, bebé. Dime qué tengo que hacer pa' tenerte de una vez, pa' no poderte perder. Dulce, eres mi bombón. Te quiero melocotón. Por ti corro un maratón. Solo de la dirección. Tú y yo, queriendo más amor. Pa' mí no es suficiente. Yo quiero tu calor. Tú y yo, con esa conexión, somos lo que la gente no ha visto de los dos. Tanto me falta, todas esas noches tan soñadas, que me levantes a mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicar. Mira, somos perfectos, es algo indiscutible. Mi estilo y tu estilo no están disponibles. Solo soy sensible cuando te tengo porque eres irresistible. Tus labios combinan con tus ojos, porque eres tan pretty que hasta yo de eso me antojo. Chica, necesito mis anteojos. Quiero verte en noche hermosa de todos modos. Tú y yo, queriendo más amor. A mí no es suficiente. Yo quiero tu calor. Tú y yo, con esa conexión, somos lo que la gente no ha visto de los dos. Tanto me falta, todas esas noches tan soñadas, que me levantes a mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicar. tienes pinta de indicada.